Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with the latest and greatest edition of the Mr. Informal podcast. I go by the name of Mr. Informal. I hope you are doing well today. I hope you are doing safe, especially safe. As you know, the coronavirus is going up. It's not stopping. So again, I hope you're doing safe. I also hope you have a great weekend. So, don't forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal. And then check out my website, MrInformal.com. So, what are the 4 topics for today's 118 Mr. Informal podcast? Well, number 1, city exodus. Since a lot of people are working remotely, why do they need to stay in the city to spend so much money on rent? Instead, they're going out of town to get better rates on houses or apartments. Number 2, now that we are still on a bit of lockdown, if you are influencers, you suddenly have so much power in today's pandemic, because apparently a lot of brands are giving their trust on influencers. Now, number 3, well, every brand out there is not going to make a profit this year, and so they decide that next year they will have a profit. So it would be no profit year of 2020. Last but not least, number 4, exercise tech. Everyone staying home, everyone got to get in shape, and so a lot of exercise tech are becoming at home gyms. As you know, gyms these days are not open. Some states are, but most of the time are not open. So those are the 4 topics for Mr. Informal podcast 118. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. So as you may know, that Google's employees will be staying home, working remotely. Also, recently Facebook has announced that their employees will be working remotely until July 2021. This is, of course, to be safe, and not only that, to make sure that this pandemic is absolutely over, which I absolutely understand. At the same time, people living in the city working for these tech firms are leaving the city. I mean, not living, but leaving the city. So places like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, instead of living in that city, living in an apartment, or if you have a house or a condo, whatever, they are moving out to get a cheaper place, a cheaper house. And I'm not surprised, because why should you pay a high amount of rent or a high amount of mortgage when you are working remotely? And not only that, you don't have to go to work. So instead, move out and go to a place where you can have, as long as you have a good internet connection, hey, then you are paying a cheaper place to be home. Not only that, you are saving a lot of money. So that's exactly what I mean by the topic, city exodus. Basically, a lot of people are leaving the city because they want to save money. Not only that, there is no point of being in the city, because as you can see, New York City as a big example. When you are concentrated in one area, it's pretty obvious that the virus spreads fast, quickly. And look, as New York has been hit really hard, and I'm sure they're gonna have a second round of this, and don't be surprised if they have a second round of this. But at the same time, a lot of people in New York are also leaving New York City. People living in New York apartments are leaving New York City. They are going out of town. They are going to the suburbs. They may be leaving New York maybe 20 miles away or 30 miles away, because there's absolutely no point. Same thing with San Francisco. They're gonna probably move to San Jose, or even somewhere out far, or Palo Alto. Same with Los Angeles. They may be moving to Orange County, maybe going to Ventura County, whatever it may be. But it's pretty obvious that a lot of these tech workers are not going to stay in the city. They are going to move out, work remotely, save a lot of money. Maybe after a year, once pandemic's over, they move to the city again. But at the same time, they saved a lot of money. And I would probably do the same thing if I was them. Why, as long as I have good internet connection, why am I paying in the city? Why am I paying outrageous rent prices? So you have to think about that. Not only that, if you have a family, it's pretty obvious that living out of the city is much better for the kids, because you may have a backyard. It's much more wider area. You can spread out. You have front and backyard. You can have much more fun. You can go out without being limited. You don't have to be with people in elevators. Well, that should not be allowed, but there are some cases that are like that, and so the city governors or officials are not happy with that, because, as you know, it's not really doing good for the city when you have people coming out. And hopefully the rent in New York City or a lot of these cities are going to go down because of this, and I'm absolutely hoping that this will happen. But as of right now, city exodus, yes, you heard me right. A lot of these tech workers, these tech firms are working remotely from home, and they are leaving the city. So topic number 2 is influencers' power. So a lot of these brands are catering to the influencers to market their products. Not only that, to show off their products, especially during this pandemic, because a lot of people are basically looking at their phones, social media, to watch their favorite influencers, to do whatever, follow whatever, basically. So during this pandemic, you are staying home, and so you are not really following Macy's, you are not following Zara. Look, I'm sure you are, but at the same time, you are following certain people, and these people are wearing these clothes. Zara, could be JCPenney, Forever 21, could be Louis Vuitton, whoever. And so when you see this product, when you see the product there that they're holding, suddenly you want it. And so that's what these brands are depending on for these influencers. And so if you're an influencer, certainly these days you have a lot of momentum, a lot of power. You can garner a lot of sponsorship, and you could actually make a living off of it. Basically, you are like a celebrity without the acting chops, without any type of artistry chops, and so on. So, and basically, this is pretty good. I mean, look, if you are good at what you do, and you have these brands depending on you or even sponsoring you, and you make money out of it, I don't see what's the problem here. It's a win-win situation if you happen to be an influencer. It's a capitalistic society, and so if you have some way to make money, if you're a hustler, you like to hustle, work for it, you work hard, then hey, more power to you. But there are some ethics issue. I truly hope that when these influencers actually sponsor products, they are worth the money. Do not just sell your soul to these brands and also make false advertisement and make yourself look bad to your own fans and followers. Because as you know, money talks, and a lot of these influencers will basically do anything for money. Basically anything for money, to make money, to gain money. And so I truly hope that these influencers are making sure that these products that they are showing up, marketing, and so on are actually worth the money. It could be worth the style, it could be worth the look, but at the same time, look at themselves and say, hey, do I actually use this product? Will I actually use this product? Because some of these influencers, they don't really care, they don't even use the product. So they actually have to use the product and show it off. And let's not forget that some of these brands they if they find anything negative, of course they're gonna quit on you. That is why you gotta make sure that this worth the product. You wanna stay with this product. You can back this product up. Not only that, you gotta make sure you read the contract. Make sure you read the contract if you are an influencer. You cannot just be ignoring the contract. So, going back to the subject, influencers' power. Well, certainly, if you are an influencer, it's a great time to be an influencer because a lot of these brands are looking for a lot of influencers. But at the same time, do not forget about the ethics of things. If it's sponsored, make sure you actually state it, and if it's a great product, make sure you back it up. And anytime you show off a product, make sure you actually use it. Do not give any false advertisement. So if you've been watching the news, you've been from your feeds, a lot of the brands are going bankrupt. JCPenney, Brook Brothers, Forever 21, and so on and so on. So everybody's not making money, including the luxury section of basically any industry. This year, they are not making a profit. It's over. So instead, they are checking and making sure and planning for 2021. That is what they are going to focus on. Not only that, even this year's holiday or Christmas or Thanksgiving rush, they still will not make profits. They are still not going to make sales goals. So 2020 is a no profit year for basically a lot of industry. If you're in the grocery industry, certainly you are making a ton of profit. A ton. So no profit 2020 is basically we already missed April, May, June. It's done. 3 years of no profit. It's done. It's over. So that 3 years was, 3 months. 3 months of basically no sales is done. Even if you factor in internet sales, it's still not enough because of the retail footprint, retail store footprint. That's when you got to make money. Not only that, a lot of people don't have the e-commerce capacity to even accomplish the internet sales that they are looking for. Yes, internet sales has gone up, but the capacity could be the manpower, could be the IT. They do not have that. And even if they do, they are not hiring because they probably only using the amount of people that they have. So instead, they are following 2021. I'm not sure where they're going to start in 2021. It could be February, it could be March, whenever, but certainly they want this year to be over, basically. And at any time, they are hoping for every state to open, everybody in the world to open. Yes, there are some countries out there that are fully open, but those countries are only a percentage of the profits that they will gain. So as much as Europe may be open, but the fact is that USA is still number one when it comes to customers. Anytime you're making a business, anytime you have international business, USA is the kind of country you always want to sell to. So it's going to be tough. And as you know, it's also tough to find work here in the USA because a lot of states are still not open, and even if they are taking their time to look for people, hire people. And let's not forget their inventory is short too, because they're not ordering the same amount of quantity from overseas. And so basically their whole inventory is gone. Now let's say it's gone right now. They're not going to order more because they don't know. No one knows if they are going to go back to lockdown. So a lot of these companies are basically not even ordering for fall, winter. The fall is over. They may order for Christmas and so on for the internet, but again, they are not ordering the same amount. That is why China, a lot of factories in China are closing, and it's sad. And as much as there's not going to be a Black Friday sale at the store for sure. But I know for sure there will be a lot of pickups. But the internet sales will be a lot, but the retail sales is not gonna be a lot. But man, all I can say is even with those, there's still no profits to be gained, because again, you have to factor in that not a lot of people have work. They're not out to spend. They are saving money. So no profit 2020. Last but not least, the fourth topic, exercise tech. Many of us are still at home, and even if we are working, can't go to the gym, can't go to a fitness center to exercise. And so a lot of the brands these days, I'm sure they're making a lot of money, these, especially the treadmill makers, are making more home gyms. Yes, home gyms. Not only that, you can also you see a lot of videos, exercise videos in the internet, especially in YouTube, about how to exercise, do aerobics, push-ups, yoga, HIIT, keto, whatever. So these exercise tech are suddenly rising, and people have been gaining weight, that's for sure. Not only that, people are going crazy because they don't know what to do, staying at home. For me, I've been keeping myself busy. But at the same time, exercise tech is rising, and so you're gonna see a lot more products. You're going to see a lot more people being active, which is pretty good. I mean, we don't need any more people to be gaining weight, because as you know, there are health problems with gaining weight, and I don't want to hear that crap about body positivity. Let's be honest here. None of us don't want to gain weight. None of us. It's just the truth. Certainly, I don't want to gain weight. For me, I've been exercising. I've been doing this for the last 7 years. I work out at home before going to work. I wake up at 6. Work out 45 minutes, take a shower, and just go to work, and so on. And I got all my items. Got the bands. Got the pull-up bars. Got the TRX. Got yoga mats. I got some back rollers. All of that stuff. So I got the home gym, but apparently there are more home gyms being made. You got more push-ups. TRX is becoming popular. Certainly, got all types of devices. You got massagers too after you work out. Certainly, you got the bicycles. You definitely got the treadmill. That's for sure. Because treadmills, people want to walk. People don't want to go outside, I guess. People want to run, walk. They want to lose weight. As much as looking out for your diet certainly helps, but at the same time, you got to be active. A lot of people would prefer going hiking, have more spacing, but when you have curfews, hopefully you don't have curfews where you at, you got to stay at home, and then that's how you work out. And doing stretches, and so exercise tech is becoming popular. I think the most popular one, and I'm not looking at numbers right now, I just making a guess, could be treadmills, could be bicycles, could be TRX, could be bands, those exercise bands. It could be a pull-up bar that you just do at home. Certainly Bowflex is definitely up there, that's for sure. Bowflex has always been a home gym equipment, and they've always been there. Dumbbells certainly is also up there. Dumbbells is a home gym. And so don't be surprised when you go to your friends and you got all these exercise equipment, because people don't want to gain weight, they want to be active out there. If you need to go jogging outside, go ahead, but when you want to do push-ups, pull-ups, you want to work out with bands, dumbbells, you got to do it at home, because a lot of these fitness centers are closed. And hopefully a lot of y'all are actually being active, because it's great to be active. You can't be doing nothing. And so that basically concludes this 118 podcast of Mr. Informal. I am Mr. Informal. I hope you learned something today. I hope I gave you some insights. I hope you listened to me from the first minute to now. And again, do not forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORMAL, and check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so again, be safe out there. I hope you being active. I hope you are doing well with your time. And again, be safe, and I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.